Maureen is so valuable to this whole process. We always appreciate what she does. Okay, can we? Oh no, you cannot see me head to toe. I can tell you that much already. Hey. All right, got a couple chairs here. Turn this. Okay, is that better, team?
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Good.
There we go. All right.
Okay.
Well, first off, you will need a weight. A weight of any kind, whether it's a dumbbell, a water bottle, a soup can, preferably a soup can that's still full of soup and not an empty one. Just to add a little more resistance there. But your body weight is also fine. Okay, we will not use a stretchy band today, so just the weight is great. Other than that, make sure you have a nice clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. It's important to have sturdy shoes or bare feet to limit slips and trips. A sturdy chair, not a wiggly one, not a rolly one. We want something sturdy, okay? And then just remember, this is your exercise class and you are in control of the intensity, of how challenging it is. Make sure it's challenging but doable for you today, all right? Let's get into our breathing pattern. I like to just put a hand on my belly because we're going to breathe in, fill up the belly. And then we're breathing out through pursed lips like we're breathing out through a straw. We do it again. We breathe in, we fill up the belly. Breathe out through that imaginary straw. And again, breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. This time we're going to pause. Breathe in. Pause. And out. Last one with a pause. Breathe in. Pause. And out. Okay. Let's maintain that breathing pattern. We're going to start with the feet, just lifting and lowering through the heels. As we, again, continue to slowly breathe in and out. Okay, so let's maintain that breathing pattern as we just start to lift up and lower those heels. Rest of your body is up tall. Excellent. Okay, as we lift and lower the heels, we're going to take our hands and we're just going to make a couple easy circles through the wrist. Okay, so make a couple circles. Continue lifting and lowering your heels. Maybe change directions of that circle. Good. Maybe you can advance to drawing circles rather than just moving the wrists. Let's get both hands moving in the same direction. Continue lifting and lowering the heels. And change directions. Once again, we're maintaining those slower, deeper breaths as we go. All right, here's where the challenge increases. We're going to circle one hand. One hand circles. And the other is going to push forwards and back. So one hand circles, the other pushes forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Now see if you can go a little bit faster. If your hands are going all wonky and all over the place, that's okay. That will happen. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Circle the other hand. Other arm pushes forwards and back. Forwards, 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 back. There we go. So a couple more. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Roll the shoulders back a couple times. Good. Get all those cricks and cracks out. All right, team. We're taking our hands and we're pushing both hands forwards and then pulling them back. As we pull them back, I want you to think about your shoulder blades squeezing together and then back forward. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, back forwards. Squeeze and back. Squeeze and push. Squeeze and push. Squeeze and push. There we go. Okay, we can now add in 1 foot stepping forward at a time. Excellent. So push forward 1 foot at a time as we push the hands forwards. Well done, everybody. So again, maintain that breathing pattern. Excellent. All right, now we're going to press 1 arm up at a time. And again, we're going to continue stepping 1 foot forward at a time. We're seated up tall. Good. Well done, everybody. And keep moving your arms up overhead 1 at a time as we now step out to the side. So arms do the same movement, arm steps out to the side. If that overhead movement doesn't feel good for you, you're welcome to go out in front, or you can think about just pulling that elbow up instead, okay? So a couple different options here for you. Good, maintain that breathing. And our feet are going to keep stepping out to the side, but now our arm moves out to the side as well. So arm and leg move to the side. Good, keep up your breathing pattern. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Great job, everybody. Arm and leg out to the side. And 3, 2, 1, and bring everything back in. All right, team. I'm going to get you to pull your elbows up. Okay, and from this position, we're going to pull our arms apart and then bring them back in. Pull the arms apart bring them back in. Pull apart and back in. Pull apart and back in. Pull apart and back in. Pull apart, back in, pull apart, back in, pull apart, and back in, pull apart, back in, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake out your hands if you need. Now we're gonna have our hands together. And now we're just gonna pull our elbows towards each other like we're trying to touch. It's okay if you don't touch. And then bring them up. So pull them in and then back. Pull them in. So we're strengthening our shoulders, our pectorals. Those pecs are your chest muscles. Pull it in and back out. Pull it in and back out. Now it's helpful here to breathe out as you pull those arms together. So can we breathe out and pull the arms together? Breathe out to pull the arms together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, let's get those arms swinging. And we're gonna start stepping in place. So can we get into a little bit of a march and start swinging those legs? And now we'll just swing the arms one at a time. Good. So arms swinging nice and casually as we start to march. Great job, team. Keep up that steady breathing pattern. Good. How's everybody feeling so far? Okay, I see some thumbs up, which is good. I don't see any thumbs down, so hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Hopefully we're starting to feel warmed up and ready to go, having a great time. Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, now we're going to get into a couple intervals. Those intervals can look a little bit different for everybody, but the goal is, I just have a timer set up to the side so I don't have to keep looking at my wrist. We're going to go for a minute of movement, 30 seconds of rest. In that movement, the goal is to get yourself huffing and puffing a little bit, get your heart rate up a bit. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pretend our feet are inside a box. We're going to step out of that box and then step our feet back in. Out of the box, into the box. Timer starts now. So 1 minute of movement. Can we step in, out, out, in, out, out. As always, if you are choosing to stand, please make sure you have something within grabbing distance for balance support. Even if you don't need it, it's there just in case, right? So in, out, out. Swing those arms as well if you can. Remember a couple different ways to increase or decrease intensity, speed. Faster you move, the more intense it is. Range of motion, getting those knees lifting higher in this movement, the harder it'll be. And number of limbs moving. So you've got your arms and legs moving at the same time. It's going to be more challenging. 3, 2, 1. Rest for 30 seconds. Remember that recovery position. Just keep the chest up. You can have your hands or forearms on your thighs. Focus on recovering your breathing. Good work, team. Okay, our next movement is we're going to move our arms from shoulder down to hip, shoulder down to hip. I'll tell you halfway when we get halfway. 3, 2, 1. So moving those arms shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip. It's like we're going for a paddle. Good. So get those arms paddling, 30 seconds, and then we'll change. Great work, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Change sides. So shoulder to hip, hands together, paddle, paddle, paddle. I know you might be thinking, well, we're just paddling in circles. That's okay. It's a good workout.
No J stroke.
No J stroke here. No. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So once again, you can put your forearms to the thighs. And we're going to just focus on that breathing pattern. Great work, everybody. Woo, woo. All right, so our next one is we're going to step out in front of us, in, back towards us. Out, in. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So legs moving out, in. Now, if you've got a sore back, you're going to make sure you're not rocking through. Just get your feet doing the work. Okay, remember you can get your arms involved to make it more challenging. Goal is to get that heart rate up. Can we get ourselves breathing a little more heavily? You still want to be in control of the breath. You want to be able to take a full breath. You don't want to feel shaky or dizzy. Okay, those are all signs to take a rest. 10 more seconds here, team. You're doing fantastic. Woo! 3, 2, 1, rest. Find that recovery position. Nice work, team. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Our next one is we're going to punch across our body and reach the foot away. Punch across and reach away. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Punch across. Punch and reach, punch and reach. Keep up that breathing pattern, team. You're halfway there. Do what you can. Come on. Keep up that breathing pattern. Last couple seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Find that recovery position. Okay. Our last cardio burst that we're going to do today is going to be less intense than what you just did. So not getting yourself as out of breath. But the challenge is, can we continue moving for 4 minutes?
1 minute.
So a little bit of that endurance, right? So it's going to look a little bit different. I'm going to tell you every time a minute has passed. So if you can decide if you want to change up the movement that you're doing. Maybe if you need it a bit lower intensity, you do a minute of stepping with the feet and then a minute of reaching with the arms. Okay, that's a way you can kind of break it up. You can copy me or do your own thing, but we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we can keep up some sort of movement for 4 minutes. So again, challenging but doable for you. We're working less intensely than we did for those first couple of cardio intervals, because now it's not 1 minute, it's 4. Again, maintain that breathing pattern. You want to keep breathing out through pursed lips. Great work, everybody. So keep up some movement. Maybe you're doing just the legs or just the arms. And that is 1 minute. So if you're working on just one part of your body, now's a good time to change it. Right? You can change the movement anytime that you'd like. Right? Both for a little bit of doing something a bit different with the body. But the goal is, can we just maintain some sort of movement for 4 minutes? You're almost halfway through, team. You're doing fantastic. Keep up that breathing pattern. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. This one's going to be a mental challenge too, as well as a physical challenge. Continuous movement. Oh boy. And that's 2 minutes. So you're halfway through. Maybe this is where you want to change up the movement for you. And again, this should be challenging but not exhausting. Okay, it should feel like our heart rates are up a little bit. Our breathing can have increased. That's good. But we don't want to feel exhausted at this point. It should feel like you are able to keep going. It might just be a challenge. A small challenge to keep going, not a big one. And remember, there's those 3 key ways to impact intensity. You can increase or decrease speed, range of motion, number of limbs moving. All right, that's the 3rd minute down. You guys just have 1 minute left. Awesome. Maybe we lift and touch. Do whatever feels right for you. You do not have to copy my movement. The goal is just, can we get through this last minute of movement? And that movement could be something as simple as just lifting and lowering the heels, okay? "30 seconds to go, team. Do what you can here. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Last couple seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo! Go ahead and take a hand. Give yourself a pat on the back. 4 minutes of non-stop movement. Feel free to get into your recovery position. Focus on that recovery breathing. That's right. Woo! Some of you cheering, that's awesome. So we're gonna have a longer rest here, and then we're gonna do some strength exercises. So as we take a bit of a longer rest, this is a great time for questions if we have any, especially about the exercises. We'll have a longer question time at the end, during stretching too. Does anyone have any questions about the exercises so far?
Nope, they're great.
Oh, good. Love it. You're working hard.
We have such a good teacher, that's why.
Oh, thank you. How did we find the 4 minutes?
Excellent.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a good benchmark one to practice at home too, because that's so tough to keep moving for 4 minutes, right?
Mm.
But some of that endurance is needed.
Good.
So a good one to practice. So we are going to get into some strengthening, which will be super, super fun. The first one we're going to do is a sit to stand. Surprise! But today, I would like to see us, if you are standing, you're going to stand, preferably without touching your legs. And then we're going to lift up a leg and down, lift up the other leg and down. Now, rather than lift down, I want to see a lift and pause, down, lift and pause, down. Once again, have something within grabbing distance. And then we sit back down. Okay. If you're staying seated, we push our feet into the ground, create that tension in our legs, relax. 1, 2. Sound good?
Yep.
Let's aim for 10. Of course, just do what you can. All right, up we go. 1, 2, and down with control. Make sure, be in control, because the one thing to note, let's stand up again, is as I lift up one leg and put it down, and lift up the other, you may lose track of where that chair is. So feel free to look and then sit, because it's really easy to get your body tilted or further away from the chair. So up, lift the balance, 1, lift the balance, 2, check the chair, down we go. If you're staying seated, push those feet into the ground, create that tension, then relax, then lift, 1, 2, and up we go. Woo! I hope someone is counting. For all of us. Because I'm on 5, I think. And that seems incorrect. So remember, you're always welcome to correct my counting. Two more?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Yep.
Perfect. If you're already done, you're done. Fantastic work. One last one. If you're not done. All right. Woo! All right, team. Great job. Get into your breathing pattern. We're going to do some shoulder exercises. So a quick disclaimer. If you have a sore shoulder and or a sore neck, Two things you can do. You might want to lower the resistance, even just using your body weight and not holding a weight. The second thing you can do is instead of a long arm, we can shorten the lever so you can keep your arm in that 90-degree position for all the movements we do instead. Okay, so grab your weight, and what that looks like is the first one we're going to do is just lift the weight up to the side and back down. So lift it up to the side and back down. Now that's a long lever. Once again, you can bend the elbow, and then you just need to coordinate your hand and elbow and shoulder working together as a team. Okay, or you just don't go up as far. The range of motion affects intensity. Okay, so we've got about 5 more. 5. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as we lift up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. And lift. Good. So we keep the chest up tall, grip that weight tightly. Well done, everybody. Pull that weight up and down. Remember the range of motion. Remember, you can shorten the lever as needed. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Change arms again. Nice work, team. Now we're lifting the arm up and down. Looks like we're lifting a glass to a toast. Once again, you can do a short lever, so then we're looking at getting the elbow up and back down. Get the elbow up so I keep that 90-degree. Do a lower range of motion. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch. Ready to lift a toast. 10, 9, 8. We're in control of the movement, team. 7. Good. Think about gripping that weight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, switching arms. Put your opposite leg out in front of you. Now, long lever with a straight leg, you can always shorten the lever by bending it. But opposite arm and opposite leg are going to lift up. Notice it does not go up high, and I'm able to keep a tall back rather than rounding. Okay? Lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. And lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job, team. So you can go ahead and put the weight to the side. Roll the shoulders back. Okay, how's everyone feeling?
Tired.
Tired. Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. Well, the good news is we are going to repeat. Okay. Really good news, I know. So we're going to start with our sit to stands. Remember what we did there?
Yep.
All right, let's try to get to 10, do less if needed. All right, up we go. And then we balance. 1, 2, and those glutes tightening, and down with control. And up. Lift 1, lift 2, down with control. And lift. 1, 2, and down. Up. 1, 2, down. Up. 1, 2, down. Up. 1, 2, down. So we pause and everything to make sure we're in control. Up. Good. Up and pause. Down. And down. Good. Quick look at the chairs where it should be before we sit back down. Great work, everybody. All right, I think we've got 3 more. Good. Just do what you can. No competition. You're here for you. Good balance, everybody. And last one. Lift and pause, down. Lift and pause, down. Then we check the chair. Sit back down. Woo! Okay, grab your weight. Good work. Okay, we're holding a weight to the side. Remember, short lever as needed. Adjust the range of motion as needed. Squeeze it hard, lift. 10. You can use just your body weight. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Switch arms. Squeeze and lift. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch arms again. This time it's going to be straight out in front of us. Remember, short lever to lift the elbow up as needed and squeeze and lift. 10. Just a straight arm. Just lift to where you can, even if it's keep it below the shoulder, in line or less than shoulder height. 8, 7, 6. Once again, team, you can do short lever where we're just lifting up the elbow. It's all about just getting those shoulders working today, and I don't want you feeling fatigued. I don't want you feeling like you're straining throughout the movement, because that's not going to be fun. 2 and 1. Good. Switching hands. And again, it can be short lever. And 10, 9, 8. Just bring that elbow up to shoulder height or less. 7, 6. Remember, you can do it without a weight. It's all about just getting those shoulders moving today. You can use just your arm. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, switching sides again. This time overhead if you can. You can limit the range of motion. You can do it with no weight. Okay, do what is challenging but doable for you. I want you to feel good. All right, opposite leg is out or shorten the lever to lift and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I love seeing some of you listening to your bodies, doing a bicep curl instead. That's awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Switch sides. Awesome, team. And up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, team. You can put the weight down. Great work. Great work, everybody. All right. Get just your hands up. Once again, we're going to do 10, pulling apart. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades. Notice I'm keeping my elbows low. Should not be feeling this in your shoulders. If you're feeling it in your shoulders, you need to just relax them. Okay, so just pull back, squeeze through the shoulder blades, and then gently try to touch together. 10, pull apart, gently try to touch together. 9, 8, 7, good. 6, create that W. Good work, everybody. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Awesome job, team. Awesome, awesome. So let's get those shoulders feeling a little happier now, because they might be feeling a bit fatigued. We're gonna work on that thoracic mobility. So the first one we're gonna do, I'm gonna get you just to be in this tall position, or you can hinge through the hips to be here. But I'm just gonna get you to really gently breathe in and round your shoulders just a little bit. And then we're going to breathe out and gently arch, lifting our head up like there's a string lifting our head, top of our head, not your chin. And then breathe in to round gently, especially if you have osteoporosis. Be in control, slow and controlled. Breathing out to lift the head up to touch the ceiling. Breathe in to really gently round. And breathe out to lift the head. Breathe in to round, gentle. Breathe out to lift the head up towards the ceiling. And once more. Breathe in to gently round. Breathe out to lift. Okay, we are going to turn sideways if you can. Stay facing forward if that's way more comfortable for you. I'm just going to ask you to gently open up the arm. So this time I'd like you to breathe in and then just breathe out as we open up that arm. Breathe in to reset it. Breathe out to pull that arm back. Once again, breathe in to reset. We're going gentle, should not feel straining, especially if you have osteoporosis. You're being really cautious with any of these spine movements, where you just want to be in control. Good. Once more on this side, breathe in, breathing out to open up. Okay. Now we're going to just do the other side. Please remember, if anything doesn't feel right for your body, please feel free to ask questions. I'm so happy to give you an alternative or help you guide you through so that the movement feels better for you. Once again, you can also shorten the lever. I should have said that earlier. My apologies. Good. So open up that arm, nice and gentle, and then bring it back in. Open up that arm, gently bring it back in. 2 more. And last one. All right. Relax. Let's put a stop hand up. Really gently. Super, super gently. You're going to put your palm on the fingertips and really gently pull back. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. So really gently pull it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. Point the hand down really gently. Pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. Pull the hand down. Gently pull back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. We're going to pull our arm across our body. You can go ahead and you can either give yourself a hug to gently pull it, or you can keep the straight arm for a bit of a deeper stretch if you don't feel anything here. We're going to hold this one briefly because it's not always comfortable to have the chest compressed like this. 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to take in a deep breath, pull like we're waking up from a nap. And then breathe out. Pull the arm across. Remember, you can give yourself a hug. We're going to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pull the elbows back. Breathe in. And out. All right, let's pull up the elbow. Remember, guys, stretch time is the perfect time to ask questions. So if you have any, fire them away. I love it when you guys have questions. You guys usually have really great questions.
Is
I
your
just
knee
want to
fully
say
recovered?
Again, Jill.
So first I heard about my knee. My knee is doing great. It's still getting some of the strength back. Like it's fully functional. Switch arms. It's still just a bit weaker than my right leg is just so strong. It's tough to keep up, but functionally really great. Like I can run, jump, all that kind of stuff.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Alan, what were you saying?
I just have to say thank you again because the stretches that you showed me last week to do for my shoulder blade,
Yeah.
we've done everything we have today, and my shoulder blade doesn't bother me. There's a bit of a twinge, but it's not sore like it was. So and
Awesome.
remember to do more often, the better it gets.
Yes. Every day. Well done. That's so great to hear. Relax the arm. We're going to stretch out the leg. Bend through the hips to reach to your toes. Oh, that's so great to hear. I'm glad it's coming around. And see, asking questions, I can usually give some pretty good advice. I've gotten a couple of you onto the rolling pin trick to roll out your muscles, I'm pretty sure. And I had one really lovely lady who was getting cramps every night, and she plays pickleball. And I go, well, you need to roll. And I showed her how to roll her calves. And I see her today and she goes, I did the rolling and I didn't have any cramps at night. So that was great. So here's a reminder, if I've showed you the rolling pin trick, keep using it. Change legs.
My doctor just put me on vitamin K for leg cramps.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he said there was a new study out that promoted vitamin K for leg cramps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is interesting. Because there's so many people over 50 on blood thinners,
Mhm.
and you're not allowed typically to have vitamin K
Oh,
if you're on a blood thinner, because vitamin K also acts as a bit of a blood thinner.
okay.
So again, that's a really great thing to think about. Doctor question. But that's interesting. I hadn't heard of that newer study, so I love looking into that stuff too. Bring the leg onto the shin or up onto the thigh.
What do you think about cortisone in joints?
Oh.
So here is my personal opinion on cortisone that not all professionals might agree with. Okay, and I'm not a doctor.
No, I know that. I've heard lots of different things about it.
Yeah, so cortisone injections. A cortisone is to kind of interrupt the pain process and reduce inflammation.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really great way to open up what I call a recovery window. And what that means is this gap in time where you have less pain, less inflammation, so you can work on all the different exercises and other things that will help it in the long run that maybe you weren't able to work on as much because of pain and inflammation. Does that make sense when I talk about a recovery window?
It does.
Yeah, so I think it's really good. I think some people use it and don't use it as a recovery window.
Yeah.
So then they end up needing it more often, or it has a short-term effect. And not enough people know that it can, because it's steroid based, it can thin out your tissues. So if you are relying on corticosteroid or a cortisone injection as your only method of pain relief and helping with a joint,
Yeah.
it's kind of creating, if you're not doing some exercises to strengthen the tendons and soft tissue, and the cortisone is just thinning them out, it's kind of contributing to the problem.
Well, the doctor didn't seem very hopeful because apparently it's like bone on bone. But just participating in the exercise with the one arm is, I mean, just walking around with a cup of tea or something in my hand, I can't do it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it surgery? Is it cortisone? Like, I don't know. And is cortisone just something they thought might help with the pain blocker? I don't know.
Yeah, so again, I say that you can sometimes treat those things with a cortisone injection as a recovery window.
Yeah.
There's different reasons to get it, but
Yeah.
I'm only in the exercise field, right? I'm not
Yes.
in the medical field.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it can be a good option to open up a recovery window, but also working together with like a kinesiologist, physio in person to help you find some movement, some strengthening things that don't aggravate it.
Yeah.
Something as simple as holding your arm at 90 degrees and you make a fist and you squeeze hard, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. So there was no movement. There was
Yeah.
no downward pressure where you're fighting to hold that thing, that, cup of tea
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But can you get a little bit of muscle engagement and then relax it?
Right.
Can you do that 10 times every hour or
Yeah.
5 times every hour to start building
Mhm.
up some strength?
And I don't understand enough. I don't understand enough about it, but that makes sense to me.
Perfect. Yeah, it's about finding the smallest dose of exercise that helps and doesn't irritate.
Mhm.
So sometimes just getting some support to find that exercise dose.
Right.
But you can try it 90 degrees and you just kind of clench a fist, like pretend you have a ball in your hand and you're trying to squeeze the ball. So all your muscles tighten up.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't hold your breath and then you relax. So see if you can do 5 of those. You're in control of how tightly you squeeze.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And see if that's doable for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Okay, team, you did awesome today. Great work. Let's actually take in a final deep breath together. You can keep your hands on your belly, move them up to the side or up overhead. Breathing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Woo! All
Yes.
right.
Ooh.
Nice.
Remember, I think Maureen talked to you guys about a Christmas break coming up.
Yep.
So make sure, try your best to stick to the Tuesday, Thursday, as we've only got a couple sessions left before the break.
They're still on
Okay.
YouTube under what heading?
You'll find them under BC Lung Exercise.
Okay, thank you.